Hello and welcome to the News Project Live on GNAT-TV's Facebook page. This is our weekly roundup of local news stories that we're following or covering. And my name is Andrew McKeever, the news director at GNAT, and pleasure to be back with you today. So let's get right into it. Had we been on last week, we would have had this story up then, and by now most of you have probably already heard of it, but it's still kind of such a significant event that I figured we might as well uh, make sure we noted it. And that, of course, is the sale of the Northshire Bookstore took place a week ago today. And it's going to be passing from the hands of the Morrow family, who founded the bookstore in 1976, and then has run it ever since. Um, and the store was sold to two Manchester folks, Clark and Lou French, so it will stay in local hands. Um, and you know, Congratulations all around. The sale also includes the Northshire's Saratoga store as well. So anyway, we have a news segment coming up about this, and had a chance by the end of the week to talk to both Mr. French and Chris Morrow, uh, about his decision to sell it. Um, so you'll have a chance to watch that on our website, gnat-tv.org, or on one of our channels, 1074, 1084, 1094. But anyway, big event. Of course, Northshire is one of those sort of businesses that is often identified very closely with Manchester, and it's certainly good to know that it will be continuing on and in local hands. The Frenches have lived in Manchester for about a little over 20 years or 22 years, and have been very active locally in a variety of things. So congratulations again, all around. And Like I said, no staff changes, no changes of any sort of major proportion at all in the works. And then a few days after that came word of another important sale. That involves the three area newspapers um, that were affiliated with the Berkshire Eagle. It would be the Manchester Journal, Bennington Banner, and Brattleboro Reformer. They were split off from the New England Newspapers Group, which will continue to hold the Berkshire Eagle, and sold to a fellow who lives over in, I believe, Guilford, Vermont, Paul Belagore. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. He is a software entrepreneur. He owns a kind of a business over in the Brattleboro, Guilford area. Kind of a uh, let's see, it's called the Vermont Innovation Box. It's I guess a bit of a co-working space for other entrepreneurs to develop products and technology. Um, he has been very active over in the Guilford area in terms of acquiring properties, and to the best of my knowledge, this is his first venture into the journalism field. But Hopefully that transaction will go forward and bring new resources and strength to all three of the very important local papers. Um, we certainly don't want to lose any more than we already have. Hopefully this will result in the papers, maybe getting more financial resources to work with or whatever. We'll see. But anyway, no staff cuts planned. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, New England newspapers acquired the three Vermont papers when they bought the Berkshire Eagle from a hedge fund known as Alden Capital Management almost exactly 5 years ago. And Alden had acquired the papers several years before that, and actually own a tremendous number of newspapers around the country. As of last year, they had stakes in roughly about 200 American newspapers. So hopefully the community commitment will remain intact, and we'll wish Mr. Belagor good luck with the papers. Um, just catching up on a few other things. We also covered some towns who had town meetings that they decided to postpone in March. They now have had a chance to do them, indoors. Some of them, excuse me, in person. Some of them outdoors. And Winhall, Londonderry, Sandgate, and Stratton all had their town meetings in the last week or so. And we will have little news segments out about all of them. I think we have the ones on Winhall and Londonderry ready. Still working on the one on Sandgate and Stratton. The main event in Londonderry was a decision on the part of the town to change police services from the Vermont State Police to the Windham County Sheriff's. Um, the information meeting at Sandgate on Monday night, and then the in-person town meeting at Stratton, which is held at their town hall, were fairly quiet events, fairly quick, and no major events that I'm aware of happening. We've got one more coming up. Weston will be holding theirs on May 25th. I believe that's going to be held in the park there in front of the theater. So we'll be keeping tabs on that one as well. Kind of related to that, in-person select board meetings are starting to return. Sunderland Select Board will be meeting next Monday, May 10th. That will be an in-person event. The Arlington Select Board is going to be also going back to in-person meeting, and their town hall will be opening up on July 1st. Some boards are going to try to set up a hybrid system of sorts, where we could also watch on Zoom as well as in person. That's something we're going to be following as well, because it was interesting how there were some advantages to the to watching the select boards on Zoom. I'm sure it probably made it a lot more convenient for people to attend, but I'm sure most people are looking forward to the return to the in-person meeting. So we might be able to work out a thing where both formats will be in play. And then finally, the National Guard will be the Vermont National Guard. It's based down at the Armory in Bennington. They'll be leaving about 30 or so. The troops will be leaving for a peacekeeping mission over in Kosovo. They'll be heading out Monday evening at 6 p.m. and the town is organizing a big send-off for them. So if you want to go down and wish them well on their that important mission, they will be leaving from the Armory in Bennington. It's right behind the town office there at 6 p.m. And the procession will move through the Four Corners in Bennington and up North Street and then out on their way. So, if you have the time or you're going to be down there, I'm sure that'll be a nice thing to see. Certainly nice for the troops to get a nice send-off. I guess there's about 40 of them that will be leaving from the Armory there on Monday. Just turning real quick to our COVID update. Number of new cases announced today from yesterday is 75. That compared to 44 the day before. We have 17 folks in hospital, and the deaths have remained constant at 249. In Bennington County, there were 4 new cases, 68 over the past 2 weeks. And over in Windham County, there were 10 new cases. This is out of that 75 total, 68 over the last 2 weeks. So numbers are continuing to trend downwards, slowly but surely. It seems like we're turning the corner on this. So, but that, of course, all depends on vaccines. And during the governor's press conference today, he went to he wanted to kind of encourage everybody who hasn't yet gotten the vaccine to make an appointment. So far, a little more than 357,000 Vermonters, in other words, about 66% of the population of the state that's 16 years old and older, have gotten vaccinated. and about 255 of those, 255,000, or roughly 46%, have completed the vaccination, gotten both shots. Registrations for those aged between 12 and 15 are likely to become possible very soon. It was announced today at the governor's press conference. More on that next week, I guess. They were still waiting for a little clearance from the CDC, but that will be the next age bracket that will be, um, in line to get the vaccine. And the governor made a pitch to all those who haven't yet gotten the vaccine shot to make an appointment. It's getting easier. There will be some pop-up sites in a couple places around the state. So the faster we get to that 70% of or herd immunity, then the better it will be to kind of finally not have to worry about did I bring a mask with me when I'm going and shopping. Anyway, again, you can catch these and a few of our other stories. All of our stories are on our website, GNAT-TV.org, or on our channels, 1074, 1084, 1094. If you want a little more information on some of the stories we talked about today, you can look in the comments section. We have a few links for more information about some of the pieces I mentioned. And anyway, have a great day, great weekend. Looks like a lovely day out there. So hope you all have a good time, and we'll see you again next week. For the GNAT TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.